Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to Comic Talk. I'm Matt Kay, and this week I'm going to be talking about Evil Heroes 1. A viewer brought it up that they'd like to see me talk about this comic, and seeing how it's a limited 6-issue series, I'm going to be releasing an issue every Saturday until it's all done. Now, starting off, this is from Zenescope, a comic publisher that I don't know too much about, and this will actually be the first comic I'm reading from them, so I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm not sure if there's any backstory or history to these characters, or if it's just a standalone, but that doesn't really matter. Let's just check it out and enjoy this comic. This issue starts off in New York's Central Park, where we see this kid looking up to the sky and repeating the same phrase we've seen before. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? We get just a glimpse of the super in the sky before a boom. A building comes down right in front of these two. Mama and son are about to be crushed by some rubble before being saved by a very familiar lightning streak, so we're assuming it must be a superhero. We get our first look at the saviors on this next page, and for two superheroes, they do not look very super. I mean, the book is called Evil Heroes, and these two certainly fit the bill. I mean, look at this Flash knockoff. He looks like an older Randall from Recess. Very creepy. Well, we can see these two mystery men aren't helping the situation, but instead raising hell as they destroy the building, leaving us with the image of the corpse. Elsewhere, in a random diner, we get our first named character, Derek, who walks in and sees the destruction on the television before booking it out of there. The next area to be hit is London, where we meet the newest hero, a Wonder Woman-like character. She knocks over a bus like nothing, and we see this brave soul, this British police officer, heading over to teach her some manners with that baton before she gets cut down like nothing. From here, we see a nuclear submarine getting ready to launch some nukes. That is, until our Aquaman arrives. Basically, the creature of the Black Lagoon with some kelp for hair, and he beats the sub down with some whales, which is actually really neat. Wow. Next, we meet our second named character, Dr. Paul, who rushes home and grabs a file called Project E.V.I.L, which I mean could be interpreted as evil, but you never know. All the while, he's talking to a woman named Cecilia, who he tells to get the first test team to the base. We see our good friend Derek again as he is prepping his wife and kids to leave the house. He is also contacted by Cecilia, and we can assume he's heading to the base as well. Finally, we see all our heroes gathered together, and it's basically a knockoff Justice League. I mean, I think it's a safe guess to assume that this Bat guy is modeled off Batman, and the giant Hindu goddess and Anubis probably take the place of Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, or I guess Cyborg if that floats your boat. Evil Superman flies up and comes down digging a massive hole into the earth, and the rest just start throwing everything they have in it, which you can see really screws things up for everybody, including Comic-Con. We even see Evil Superman right here just having a gay old time blowing up a gas tanker with childlike ecstasy. The Seven, after a healthy day of destruction, and take a sit in what looks to be a seemingly ancient chamber, and we finally see them speak. Nothing new about their identities is divulged, but one thing is clear, these are not good peoples. Our last page, we see Dr. Paul entering the lab where we see some very interesting tech, especially these pods which look like they could have been used to create something or someone. So that was pretty good. As of this moment, I haven't read any of the other issues out yet, and I'm going to try and resist myself until next Saturday, so I'm not going to spoil it for myself, but starting off, this isn't the first time, personally myself, or even you guys, the comic fans, have probably seen evil mirror versions of superheroes. It's not a new concept, with the Crime Syndicate being an evil alternate Justice League in DC, or Irredeemable by Boom Studios, which has its whole comic run based on kind of like an evil Superman character. Now, what I did like about this comic, or at least what I feel separates it from those in my opinion, is that issue 1, the bad guys, these heroes have already won. There's not really going to be a conflict with the governments of the world banding together to stop them, no other heroes. They solved that problem right off the bat in issue 1. They basically ended everything that was in opposition to them. It's also nice to see that the creative team isn't skimping out on the destruction. I mean, we saw some big cities go down, so unless this is like some real bullshit like Next with Nicolas Cage, this is happening. Also, we have the mystery of who are these characters. I mean, we see them in what looks to be an ancient room saying that humanity worships them again. But we're also seeing this base where we can guess that maybe these evil heroes are test subjects gone wrong with implanted memory. Who knows, honestly. So, like I said before, issue 2 will be out next Saturday. Please try not to post any spoilers down below because I will look. If you have any comments or questions, just throw them down and we'll try and figure it out together. And as always, if you have a comic or series you'd like me to talk about or review, by all means let me know and I will get to it. Like always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.